Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Ultimate General Civil War. We are in the midst of the Battle of Mill Creek, I believe it is. This is part of the Jackson Valley campaign, the three minor battles that take place before the Battle of Gaines Mill, and we are playing as the Confederacy. We are holding out in a wood line here against overwhelming federal forces. You can see they've kind of got a concave line around us trying to overwhelm us here, but we have terrain on our side. I'm sorry it's a little bit choppy at the moment. This was taken from a live stream, and there was actually, the game crashed momentarily, so if it does look a little bit choppy, that's because this is coming immediately after recovery from a crashed live stream. So again, hope you guys are enjoying the video series. Let me know your thoughts in the description below. In the meantime, we're just jumping right back into the Battle of Mill Creek, and I'm just going to go ahead and turn it over to myself from the live stream a couple of weeks ago. So far, we've been holding out okay. The Federals in this scenario have massive numbers. This is pre-patch, so I know some tweaking has been done to reduce Union numbers. That's obviously not reflected here, but with all of that said, you can see we're holding out remarkably. The main Federal effort is to the north, and these wood lines are providing fantastic cover against the Union attackers. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy the video, and with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump out and let myself take over. Thanks again, guys. Yeah, I'm just trying to use my interior lines to try and reinforce, but to your guys' point, maybe I'll, you know what I can do is this Iron Brigade here, I'm going to go ahead and reattach the skirmishers, so hopefully they go ahead and rejoin. And then the Orphan Brigade will attach the skirmishers as well to give the unit a little bit of a boost in terms of its manpower rejoining the line. Meanwhile, the Irish, well, there's still a major brigade down here. So the Irish Brigade are still kind of in cover. They're kind of hitting the Federal flank there. So I guess it looks like they do have some forces this way. We may want to kind of hold our ground. I'm going to move this artillery north, try and get it into range of the supplies. Only a handful of casualties here from that enemy volley of 3,000 muskets. Let's see what our guys do. Or 2,000. Okay. We're hanging in there, guys. We got 40 more minutes. Our supply is almost exhausted. So I guess moving that artillery is not going to accomplish much because the supply is all going to be gone. It's gone. So our men are going to have to fight with what they have in hand. I think the Yanks made a mistake by advancing this brigade all alone. 2 brigades against 1. They're in the open and we've got cover. And they just exposed their flank to the CSA regulars. So that brigade's not going to last long there. Good lord, there's a lot of Yankees here. This is an insane battle. This might be one of those battles where I'm worse off by winning. Actually, gonna try and use Stonewall to flank Schneck. It does look like we've kind of pushed some of their attack back a little bit. Just hoping they've shot their wad, as it's called. And that actually is not a crude term. That terminology actually comes from back during around the age of musketry. When you would load a weapon, you'd have actually a wad of paper cartridge in with it, with a mini ball that you shove down the barrel. So when you shoot, you know, the bullet comes out, but actually the paper wad comes out as well, and that's where the term "shot your wad" comes from. I think today it means something different, something less politic, but nonetheless, the history behind it is far less cringeworthy. Okay, so these guys are out of ammo. The Federals can't have that much ammo. I haven't seen their supply wagon or anything moving forward with them. Man, this is a bloodbath. And again, this is supposedly part of the Valley, the Jackson's Valley campaign, and nothing, no battle, no bloodbath like this existed in the entire Valley campaign. Casualties were relatively low, and when they were high, they were usually more to do with prisoners of war than they were actual killed or wounded. There you go. So now the Iron Brigade's kind of firing into Schneck's rear. He's going to break now, for sure. He's got 2 brigades firing more or less into his flanks. 1862, nice. There you go. Oh, he started to break. He's still hanging in there. Pulled out just a little bit so the Iron Brigade, I don't think they can hit him from here. Just beyond range. Okay, now he's going. These Yanks gotta be almost out of ammo themselves. Come on. Man, Stonewall's brigade's really hanging in there. I'm not gonna be able to replace all these losses with the amount of money that I'm gonna win for winning this battle. We get like $60,000. There's no way we're gonna replace our losses. You should get a bonus of money based on the casualties you inflict on the enemy, and if you do, please let me know. The one thing with Ultimate General Gettysburg that was nice is when you won a battle, enemy casualties carried over to the next engagement because it was all within, all took place within one battle, the Battle of Gettysburg. In this game, when you win a battle, there's seemingly no carryover effect in terms of casualties, and yes, the Union can replace almost any number of losses in reality, but that doesn't mean that individual regiments wouldn't be bled white. I suppose the same goes for us too, but anyway, victory. You can see here the Union came at us with 21,000. We had 14,000 men. We took 3,000 losses. The Yankees lost over 7,000. Let's see here. We lost a couple of guns. They didn't lose any. Nonetheless, a victory. You can see here another victory for us. Several promotions. We did lose Jerry Brown, a brigadier general, killed. We captured another 900 of those very fine Springfield weapons. So that's nice. But yeah. So another victory for us. 4 more reputation points, 69,000 more dollars. We could probably sell some of those Springfields for weapons. We get more men than we lost. 1 more career point. So if we go here, I think money is going to kind of be the key for us. So we're going to go ahead and kind of keep applying our political skills. Yet another victory. The government's still skeptical, but our morale penalty is dropping. Still, Thomas Jackson is still wounded. In the armory, we kind of sold most of this stuff off. I think we can sell the 1855s. I kind of want to hang on to the 1859s. Gives us a little bit more money. If we need to. Well, there's only 5 of them, so they're not really going to do much with just 5. Okay. So there we go. Stonewall Brigade's commander is dead, I believe, so Andrea Battle, which I think was the original commander of the unit. We'll go back to them. Oh, wait. I'm confused.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So... okay, it can be upgraded. We can put in 2 more guns without cost. Just some manpower cost. I think those are the only 2 guns we lost. Actually, we started with 11 of those, didn't we? Anyway. Let's see here. Do we go with veterans or rookies? 55. I guess we'll go with veterans if we can afford it, right?
Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
We don't have enough Springfields. We can't replace the weapons that, we can't replace the casualties we took. Yikes. But that's a huge drop in performance if we don't replace them with veterans. Damn it. Damn you, Stonewall. What if we upgrade them to the Springfields? Do we have enough of them? Lower melee, but much better reloading speeds. So they'll reload much faster. Interesting, they don't have any better efficiency than the Marines, though. 22,000. 28,000. Man, that's a huge...
Yes, sir.
Huge hit.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. Bertos.
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, I guess we can always bring these guys over. They're under strength. Bring them up to the 1st Corps. So we'll take the Irish Brigade that we can't get up to full strength and pull it out and put it in the 2nd Corps, and then we can take the full strength brigade here and put it into the 1st Corps. Granted, their experience is lower, but it's a way to do it to get around the problems with manpower. Now the question is what we want to do with the Stonewall, because they're one of our best brigades. Almost maxed the experience to the next level to get another perk. And yet, we don't have the money to... We could... If we go rookie, we still can't replace them all. Because we don't have enough Lorenzes. Now, the flip side is we could change them to Springfield 1855s. Equip them with that. But again... We won't have enough, even if we go with rookies. No. Just shy of 1,500.
Yes, sir.
Still a little bit under strength. I don't know how I feel about that. I guess we'll see. But that's where we're at, and we're going to end up bleeding ourselves dry again if we go into Port Republic, although we get 94,000 if we win that. My guess is it's a more difficult battle. Let's see here. Let me check in with the chat, guys. Yeah, I mean, it may seem amusing that you can't do it because you're out of guns, but that was a reality the Confederacy had to face. At the end of the day, they had severe limitations on quality weapons. I haven't cannibalized the guns from the 2nd Corps. I suppose I could disband the Irish Brigade, but these are some experienced guys. Like, if we... I don't know if we have any armory guns that are, like, different guns in the armory. Yeah, I don't think we do.
Sir, yes, sir.
Interestingly enough, we could upgrade these guys to Lorenzes for
Sir,
free.
yes, sir.
And I'm not sure, is it better to have like 1,000 guys with Lorenzes than 2,000 guys with Springfields? I don't think so. Anyway, let's see, we've got Major General Ennis Doles, Major General Albert Johnson. We're still just a brigadier general somehow. That's us, I guess. But we are currently in the midst of the Gaines Mill or the Peninsula campaign. So we fought 2 minor engagements and won both of them, actually. We've started to recover our reputation, so we were all the way down to 11. 2 victories has brought us back to 19. And we've got one more battle to fight, the Battle of Port Republic, before we go into the Battle of Gaines Mill, which is Gaines Mill is one of these grand historic battles that they attempt to model somewhat historically, whereas Port Republic is one of these minor ancillary side actions that in all reality is just a sort of hypothetical, not even hypothetical, it's just a fictional account. It's based on a real battle, but in no way does it resemble reality. And number of troops involved, the actual way the battle's fought, all these things are completely ahistorical. Now, right now, we've got 12,000 supply, which I think is probably enough. I would like to strengthen our forces a bit. You can see here we've got 40 guns in the 3rd Division. We don't have any money left to do anything with. And I was toying before the stream with, do I want to spend the 30,000 to upgrade Stonewall's brigade and get them up to full strength of 2,000? Well, if I do that, 15,000 I can afford if I sell a bunch of things, but then I lose some substantial performance in melee, firearms, stamina, morale, efficiency, etc., because I'd be replacing with rookies. Well, if I go with veterans, they cost 30,000, and there's no way I'm going to be able to afford that. And you might be looking at my budget saying, well, what do you mean you can afford it? What I can do is I can go in here and I can sell some weapons that we have in stockpile. So we can go and sell the palmettos, because I don't think I'm ever going to use those. We could go ahead and sell 73 Lorenz rifles as well. I don't know if that's actually a smart thing to do. We don't get that much money from them, and they're more expensive to buy than we get from selling. We could sell these Sharps 1859s. Again, it'll generate about 6,000. And then we could go and sell the artillery that we seized. So we've got some 12-pound howitzers, 10-pound ordnance rifles, and 10-pound parrots. Probably won't build a battery out of the parrots, so we can sell that. That's 1,000. We can sell the 3 ordnance rifles again for 2,600. And then we could make $700 more by selling the howitzer, although we do have 1 battery in our army that uses the howitzer, so I probably won't do that. Let's see which oh, it's this battery. So we might as well increase the size of this battery. I'm not sure why it costs us money. I'm guessing because we're using veterans. Yeah, so if we change to, and the drop here is not even worth mentioning. So if we go from veterans to rookies, we lose 2 morale. I don't really care. We lose 1 efficiency. I don't really think that makes a noticeable difference. And we lose 1 firearms. So we'll do that. We'll get a free extra gun. There also are some in the shop, so we could actually buy more, but then we'd be, spending money to get more guns. That's an interesting idea. What if we were to... we can't make them all veterans. What if we were to... We could go with 14 guns, so increase the size of the battery a bit. Or I'm kind of debating whether I want to increase the size of the artillery or increase the Stonewall Brigade with some rookies, and we can see here if we can expand it to full 2,000, or if we go with veterans, we can still build them up to 17,000 and some change, almost 18,000 men, so about another 300 men with Springfields versus an additional... What is it? 6 guns? I think the 6 artillery pieces is worth more than 300 infantry, but I'll weigh in with the chat and see what you guys think. Don't see much in the way of opinion in the chat there, but I think I'm going to go with the artillery. 6 artillery pieces to me seems more valuable. Just because, yeah, these are an experienced brigade. I don't think the 300 men's going to make that big of a difference. So we'll go with the 6 extra guns.
Yes, sir.
And actually, if we switch to rookies, can we get any more? We could. A very small drop-off if we just upgrade with 1 gun. as a rookie. Starts to increase, so it's kind of compounding, but we can actually get one more gun if we have that gun crew be rookies. So we'll do that. We've got almost 50 artillery pieces here, 750 cavalry with them in that division, and then we've got 2 divisions of 8,000 men. Well, 8,000 men in one division, and just shy of 8,000 men in another division. So that's the scenario right now. The second corps is still in bad shape, but we're not really going to be doing anything with it for a while. I'm wondering, actually, since we have these Lorenzes, can we swap them out? Do we have any... No, we sold our inventory. We could disband... I don't want to disband it. I was going to say we could disband it, get these guns, and sell them. But I don't know if we want to do that. Ooh, it's an interesting idea. Yeah, these guys aren't even, so the Irish Brigade is at least experienced enough where they start getting perks. When you get experience, more experience, you can add perks to them, so they're kind of like a 1-star unit. These guys haven't even leveled up, if you will, yet. But I also don't want to get rid of a Lorenz equipped unit, so we'll leave that as is right now. And we'll just go to battle with what we have. So Port Republic, you can see, is one of these minor side engagements. The write-up says your operations at the Valley have forced the Federals to mobilize a significant force in the area, delaying their offensive plans against our capital. A second Union column under General Shields is marching to Port Republic. We must attack and destroy the Union force. This will be the last battle at the area. Defeat the Federals to force the retreat from the Valley, then you'll be free to move your forces to support the defense of Richmond. So that would then lead into Gaines Mill. You can see this is June 9th of 1862. Gaines Mill was June 27th of 1862. Now, the reputation gain of a victory here isn't very much. You only get 4 reputation for winning. And in fact, unlike some battles, you lose 5 prestige if you draw, and you lose 9 if you end up losing the battle. I think I can skip it and go right to Gaines Mill, but I don't see the value in that because even if I win and I get the 4, experience, I'm going to be at 23, so if I lose the Battle of Gaines Mill, I'm going to get fired because my reputation will fall below 0, and when you fall below 0, you lose. So whether I win or lose Port Republic, I will lose the whole game if I lose Gaines Mill. And if I win Port Republic, I could potentially get my reputation back over 20, which will get rid of this -3 morale penalty, which could come in handy at Gaines Mill. If I lose the 4 points, it's a marginal decrease in morale, but nothing huge. So I am going to fight the Battle of Port Republic, and we'll go in here and deploy. Okay. So you can see we can only deploy up to 9 brigades, so they're restricting how much we can actually deploy. It looks like a battle where we're going to be on the offensive. Again, we must attack and destroy the Union force. By the looks of it, they're going to have a wooded terrain here that they can sit behind, which is great. We might be able to maneuver to the left and try and flank them. To the right, there's a river, so that'll make that difficult. And again, we can only bring a portion of our force to bear, so we're going to have to kind of figure out what makes the most sense. We'll go ahead and jump in. A Yankee brigade has been spotted taking position at the area. It must be the vanguard of General Shields' division. Currently, you only have 1 brigade available, but there are more units coming from Cross Keys. They're marching to support the attack and soon will join you. Okay. Our scouts reported their main force is strung out along the muddy roads and is not expected to arrive soon. Advance your brigade and attack the vanguard before the rest of the Federal troops arrive. So, we can only deploy 2 brigades here at first. Normally I'd go with having some artillery, but frankly, in this scenario, when we're facing a Federal brigade, I'm assuming, this could be a dangerous assumption, that they don't have any supporting artillery. Otherwise, I would hope it would have told us. So we're going to go with the understrength Stonewall Brigade because they've got the 1855 Springfields, which are a really good weapon. What does this one have? The Lorenz. So actually, do we have 2 Lorenz equipped units? Springfield 1842s. Those are garbage. Smoothbore howitzer. Yeah. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to leave the forces on the field that we have. So the Lorenz equipped and the 1855 Springfield rifle equipped. These are our 2 best equipped units. And it doesn't look like there's much deploying to do. That's the one thing that is a little bit annoying with this game is you get this deploy box that's kind of similar to the Total War series, but there's no, it's like, great, I put them here or here. It doesn't matter for this battle, so why are you giving me that choice? Okay, so the battle's going to start. The Union's going to take position on this hill, and we are going to advance our troops toward them. So, doesn't look like there's any point to advancing east of the river. So I guess we'll just kind of march these guys down this road area and then swing wide. And then we'll have the other brigade march down the road and go directly into the woods. So that's kind of our general plan. We'll have our guy go up here. We'll have the wagons go with him. And we'll get started. We'll see. It's a 3-hour battle, not 3 real hours, just 3, it counts down. So our troops are walking. We could run them. I have a tendency to get my troops exhausted. And why are you moving? I have a tendency to get my troops exhausted. Why aren't you moving? Huh. Anyway, I have a tendency to... Oh, great. They do have artillery. Just great. I would love to use myself as a scout, but it doesn't look like I get much in the way of... Oh, boy. Skirmishers. So the enemy has skirmishers deployed. Doesn't look like they hold the hill, though, interestingly enough. They might be in these woods, but the flag doesn't look like the Union flag, so... They do have troops in these woods, though. And I'm dead. Okay. My character is dead, so I can't use him for... Okay, I hope they don't get a morale penalty for that. Doesn't look like it, but they won't get the perk of having their commander nearby. Alright, well, that was a great start. I think these battles are all pre-designed. They're not procedurally generated, although there is a random battle function in the game, Kushin. So you do have the capability of having random battles, but it's not part of the campaign game, if you will. Gonna detach some skirmishers here. God damn, artillery. I'm assuming the another Federal brigade is spotted. I'm thinking using skirmishers against enemy artillery is the best method for dealing with enemy artillery, just because if you're talking actual lines of infantry, they're going to be very vulnerable to canister, whereas skirmishers, because they're more spread out, theoretically should be less vulnerable to canister. I'm kind of using these skirmishers to guard my flank. I know there's other troops here in the woods, but at least I'm guarding this southern flank with these skirmishers. These guys are in the woods. So at least they've got really good cover. And I don't think the enemy has as good a cover as we do. That's interesting. The enemy's on top of this hill, but I think they have actually less cover from musketry than we do below the woods. Okay, so you can see our troops are arriving on the field, which to me means that the enemy will be arriving very shortly as well. Getting my infantry south as quickly as possible. Okay, and you can see here that even though we're outnumbered pretty heavily, this brigade's going toe-to-toe with a brigade 1,000 men larger. They're actually taking fewer casualties because, again, they're in these woods. So You can see here there's some federal brigades. Tyler's brigade is over here. I'm wondering if a draw has a negative prestige penalty in this battle, because maybe you actually have a significant advantage or something like that. That's another potential explanation, is that you're actually just really well off, so if you don't win, it's kind of like a, you're an idiot type deal. Okay, so we've taken the hill, or at least this flag has changed over, so we've secured the hill. I don't really want you to charge. I just want you to fire a volley and run away. For fuck's sake. That's not what I wanted you to do. I don't know why. I right-click on the unit and it charges. I thought right-clicking just has them... Alright guys, I know we're in the middle of a live stream right now, in the midst of a battle as we're trying to win here this hill, but with that being said, it's been about 30 minutes and I don't like to drag these videos out too much, so we are going to go ahead and chop this video off here as we are in the midst of our early phases of our advance against the federal forces here in this battle. So if this is something that's interesting, obviously just pick up next time where we left off. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. Again, please, I know I always say this at the beginning and ending of every video, but I really ask that you guys provide your feedback. Let me know what you're thinking about. Let me know if you're enjoying these videos or if this is something that you're getting a little bit tired of, because I know we are several episodes into this series. But anyway, guys, that you can all do in the description below. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, this is from a live stream. I feel like I'm always prefacing that, but for a long time I didn't do a lot of that, and I have been doing quite a bit of it lately, so I just want to call that out. It hasn't been quite as scripted as usual. Anyway, guys, that's all that I've got time for here today, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.